Hey, good morning, warriors. I'm your warrior girl here coming to you from the vanity. Quick video. Just learning that there are open MRI machines. So I want to pass this on to my warriors out there. Yes, you heard me right. Open MRI machines. So far, I found two in Sacramento. Elk Grove, and actually, no, not Sacramento, going towards Roseville, almost Roseville. But um, I'm sure there's many people out there that are claustrophobic like myself. I don't know if I'm claustrophobic. I just don't like being in there. But yeah, I have to take a Valium to go in those things. And sometimes I'm in there 4 hours. So yeah, let me be sleepy, right? And let you be sleepy too. um, Especially, with us having to have our head locked down in that contraption and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm not cool with that at all. So, but the machine is like the CT scan machines, they're narrower, it's like a donut. Well, this is like that too. It's a little bit bigger than the CT scan and it's square looking. But if you Google open MRI machine, like I did, the one in Elk Grove, California will pop up the very first try. A nurse um, gave me the hint of that, but couldn't tell me where. But she said she didn't know where it was. I just don't think she could tell me. She said she searched for it and couldn't find it. But the very first Google search I'd done, that popped up, and I called them and then looked at their website. So it's a nice addition to having MRIs. I have to have three of them done soon. Soon. I asked my doctor to redirect those referrals to that MRI location, and they said, sure, no problem. Always call and make sure they take your insurance, etc., which with me, everything is fine. So I wanted to pass that on to you guys this morning. Some good Monday news information, right? For those who didn't know, I didn't know all these years. Like, oh my God, I've been suffering going in that darn machine for hours. No less than 2 hours every time, and 4 hours at the max. Yeah. So I just wanted to share that with you guys today, this morning. I hope everyone is thriving, pushing on forward. You guys are staying on track with your DMTs, as you know, or if you don't know, I have been off now 7 months and no DMTs for me. My doctor took me off. A lot has to do with the age criteria that you fit, that you're under over the last 5 years. So I qualify medically. Let me say, scan wise, I fit the criteria of not having to be on the DMT, and plus my age. I am turning, I hate to say this, guys, but I'm turning 60 in, like, let's see, what's today? The 8th. Well, the 22nd is my birthday. I'll be 60 years old. So there's factors that they consider, and then taking you off. They say at that point, they're afraid of more harm from the medication than good. So, hey, so be it. Who does not want to have to inject? Even though injecting the Kesimpta that I was on, it was once a month, opposed to the Copaxone I was on, injecting 7 days a week. That was terrific, going from seven to one a month. Yeah, but noticing, Larry noticed that since I've been off it, opposed to being on, he said I was more sickly being on it, that I didn't feel well all the time. I had less energy, in which I noticed two things are different being off of it. And then now, even, I'm enduring the issues with gastroparesis. Yes, guys, I have gastroparesis, which is caused from diabetes. Medications can cause it. MS can cause it, because MS damages our nerves. And of course, if our nerves get damaged, what do you think it's doing to, the working parts of our body, So it damages those things that make our body run correctly, function correctly. So um, if you have damage to your vagus nerve, such as I do, and that's what they're calling it. Um, but I will say this. Okay, so because they know the vagus nerve controls your stomach muscles, so then that's why they're saying it's gastroparesis from your vagus nerve damaging your. Let me back up. The MS damaging your vagus nerve because it controls our stomach. Okay. They rule out all the other possibilities. I'm not diabetic. Medications, sure. Actually, my stomach started hurting the month I took Kesimpta, the month after. So 3 years on it, 4 years. Who knows? I mean, it's hard to say if there's no specific test, they have to blame something. So, however, whatever, I have it. It's not fun. It's not a nice thing to deal with. But if I can get this really under control, um, kind of in remission, then I would feel terrific because the MS, sure, I have deficits. I still suffer the fatigue and, things like that. But I am not having hospital visits, stuff like that. So it's kind of, is the immune system, like they say, when you hit a certain age, why the factor comes in of taking someone off the DMT is because your immune system slows down. So is that why I'm having less issues with my multiple sclerosis? Woohoo! But man, who wants to turn 100 to have that happen? So yeah, but yeah. So anyhow, all I can say is I'm grateful for that. And I'm having more better days with the gastroparesis than horrible days. Now, I still feel the gastroparesis every day, but some days it's really, really tolerable. And I'm like, oh, okay. Then some days like, oh, okay. The weight is a factor for me. I'm only 120 pounds and I'm 5'7". I was 168 pounds. So yeah, I'm sure, everybody says right off, your face. I have a slim face anyway, high cheekbones and slender jawline, even when I was a bit heavier. So it's really, noticeable. But my body, my shoulder from bone to bone is just like I can fit it in my hand. Yeah. I've never been this tiny. I think just growing up as a teenager is when the last time I've had to come to 120 to get to 168. I was 168 the end of 2024. October, I started feeling really ill. And then January came, hospital stay for 9 days. That's when they diagnosed me, did all the testing. I begged that doctor, please don't send me home. I feel like I'm dying. And I was like, this is not an MS thing. It's something else. And he was like, I'll get to the bottom of it, I promise. First test, yeah, that you got to eat the eggs and the bread and the water, and then they test you every 2 hours for 4 hours, in the little machine to see your stomach, how fast it's processing your food. Gastric delay is what I have. And so, yeah, and mine is at 25% delay. Yeah. So, but if any of my warriors have any questions, if you're suffering anything with your stomach, I advise you to talk to your doctor sooner than later. Don't wait. Do not wait. Mine was in the making 3 years. Yeah, it was happening during the whole time I was on Kesimpta, my stomach. And I blamed Kesimpta and MS, and it wasn't. I was taking ibuprofen for hurting and stuff. That is a no-no. Anything that's bad for the stomach lining, gastroparesis will tear it up. It tears your stomach up even worse. So I haven't been able to take ibuprofen in over a year and something because that tears your stomach up. So there's certain things that the doctors now will not prescribe me because of that, which is okay. So, there's other medicines and stuff like that. Anything delayed anything hard and hard to digest, I have to stay away from foods, everything. So, and this is why too, the weight loss, because I can't eat a bunch of junk, you know. But I must say, when the abdomen is at bay, it's not so much the stomach, it's the abdomen. Yes, and sometimes the stomach, but since Botox, the nausea is subsided. It's a little back now, and I'm probably due for another Botox shot. In my they put me to sleep and go down and do the Botox, which I'm just waiting for after the holidays. But um, without that, if with that, at bay, um, it's it's better, of course. It's better, of course. I think I lost the train of thought where I was going with that. But I would be, of course, in better shape eating. That's what it was about the weight gain. I need to eat more. The quantity now, I could not even eat a half a cup and just be full for 6 hours. So it's part of gastroparesis. But like I say, guys, don't wait if you're having issues, because MS causes a lot of nerve damage, and you guys know this. If your stomach starts to bother you, or even breathing, because that controls lungs, controls your diaphragm. I was having a problem with that too. So, and that was scary, and it was hard. It hurt. Um, but if you guys have any questions and you want to pick me apart about that, I'd be more than happy to share what I've learned from this process. So just ask away. And also, the next video, I'll talk about the G-Pump surgery. I went and had a consultation. So, but until then, guys, I hope I'll get on before Christmas and stuff. My birthday's coming up, so yeah, I'll probably be on and say hello and see how everyone is looking forward to the holidays physically and mentally, because it can be a lot overwhelming. But until then, you guys, take care of you, because if you don't, who will? All right, your girl gone.